In this video, I'm going to show you some of the features of the main area. The main area is where you'll probably do most of your work. There are many different types of things that you can do within the main area. We've already looked at the start page in lesson 1001. Also, there are areas where we can develop code. There are designer surfaces that we can drag and drop items onto. We can edit XML files, in this case the web.config file, a special XML file. We can look at an XML designer, and we can see the help in here. This can be the web browser as well. So there's a lot of things that go on, and notice that you can get to each of the items by simply clicking their tab at the very top. This is very different from maybe what you're used to before with previous versions of Visual Studio. As you might expect, the tabs are versatile as well. For example, if there are tabs off to the right-hand side of the screen, all you need to do is click on the little right arrow and you can see all the tabs to the right. And similarly, you can scroll to the left and see all the tabs to the left. Or, as a shortcut, I could go to the window menu item, and then at the bottom I can see all the tabs that are currently open, and I can select, for example, one that is to the very right hand side, this XML schema.xsd, and that allows me to navigate back and forth through all the tabs. As you can see there, I went back to the start page. There are a number of neat tricks that we can also do with this. For example, if I like my tabs to be in a certain order. Say, for example, I just know that the very first tab will have the code that I'm working on the most. I can drag one of the tabs and move it to a position in line. And here I moved it in front of the start page. And so this allows me an easy way to remember where I put things, to the very right, to the very left, or somewhere in between. I can also right-click on a tab. When I do, I see a context-sensitive menu. For example, I can save a file or close it to remove it from the main area, or I can create tab groups. By creating a tab group, I can see two sets of tabs and allows me to navigate within them. Let's go ahead and create a new vertical tab group. And really the value here, and I'm going to drag this tab over to this window, and I can look at two different pieces of code at the exact same time. So if I ever needed to compare what I have in one file versus what I have in another file, it's really easy to do by creating these tab groups. And if I want to get rid of the tab groups, all I need to do is right-click on each of the tabs on this right-hand side and select Move to Previous tab, and that will eliminate the dual tab groups. Finally, if I want to get rid of one of the windows within the main area, all I need to do is select that tab, for example, this XML schema 1.xsd, and then select the Close button. It'll ask me in this case if I want to save the changes made to the following items. Whenever you see an asterisk next to a file, that means that you made a change somewhere in that file, and therefore whenever you go to close it or whenever you select the Save All option, it will prompt you to see if you want to save this file as well. In this case, we'll say, no, we don't want to save the changes we made. They were incidental, and that file has been removed and the tabs have been reordered to take its place. Alternately, we can right-click on the tab and select Close, and that will remove the tab from the group as well. And so this concludes Lesson 1002, dealing with the main area and all the tips and tricks that you can do with this. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson.